Hello everyone, welcome to English class. Today we are going to read the poem of Unit 4. The name of the poem is The Last Bargain. So, dear students, open your books. If I talk about the poet, then who has written this poem? A very well known person, Rabindranath Tagore. And I think everybody knows who was he or who is he. Okay, so I will not explain the detail, but this poem is written by Rabindranath Tagore. And if I talk about the poem, this poem is about someone looking for a job. However, he wants to be hired without losing his freedom. The poet tells that he received offer from the rich, the powerful and the beautiful, okay, but he turned them all down. At last, he met an innocent child. He immediately accepted his offer. Dear student, let me clear one thing. Yesterday, we have done the word meanings of this poem. So today I will explain in detail but without telling the word meanings because I have already provided you yesterday. Okay, so let's start the poem. If we at the beginning you can see a picture is here and the last bargain. First of all, the what is bargain? Bargain is an agreement in which both parties promise to do something for each other. Someone is looking for work, waiting to be hired. He strikes a bargain but thinks it worthless. He tries twice again but doesn't like either. Finally, in the last bargain, when he is hired for nothing whatever, he is happy as never before. What is the bargain and why is it the best? If I talk about the word bargain, bargaining is kind of an it is a kind of a verb. When we go to the market, we always used to purchase things by at our own price, but yes, shopkeeper is not ready to sell, so we start bargaining. Okay, we want to set a same midway, we want to find the midway of the price like 30, 20, no 25. Okay, so but that's why it is an agreement in which both parties promise to do something for each other. But here the bargain is between the job seeker and the job giver. So let's start what will happen there. I'm going to explain first of all the first stanza. Come and hire me, I cried while in the morning I was walking on the stone paved road. Sword in hand, the king came in the chariot. He held my hand and said, I will hire you with my power. But his power counted for naught, and he went away in his chariot. So early in the morning, it was the time of the morning. Early in the morning, a man walked along the stony roads, stone paved roads, yes, stony roads of the city, offering himself for a hire. Going in his chariot, he was using his royal cart. A king saw him. A king who was going in his royal cart saw him. He offered to buy him, offering his power in return. I will hire you. And he offered him, I will hire you with my power. I can hire you, I can give you my power, and I can give you the job because of my power. But his power counted for naught. But his power counted for naught means his power didn't seem of much worth to the man, and he went away in his chariot. So he refused, and the king moved on. In this first stanza, king offered the job in return of his power, but the person refused, and king moved on. Understand? Let's move on to the second. In the heat, one second. Yes. Okay. In the heat of the midday, the houses stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. An old man came out with his bag of gold. He pondered and said, I will hire you with my money. He weighed his coins one by one, but I turned away. Now, what happened as the poet is walking on the midday time? It is the afternoon time. The man walked on in the heat of the noon. Okay, he roamed about in crooked lanes. See, the houses stood with shut doors. The doors were shut because there was a noon time and it was a heat. So I wandered along the crooked lane, roamed. In crooked lane means not the straight lanes, okay, stony lanes. An old man came out. At that time, an old man came out with his bag of gold. He had lots of money with him. He pondered, thought, and said, for a minute, The old man thought and said, I will hire you with my money. He had offered his money for the job. He weighed his coins one by one. He weighed his coin. Okay, he thought and then offered to hire the man with gold, and he was valuing his coins one by one, but I turned away. But this offer couldn't attract the man, and he went the other way. The poet is saying it also not worth, it is not worthy for me, so I just went the other way. Next, now it is the evening time. It was evening. The garden hedge was all flower. The fair maid came out and said, I will hire you with my smile. Her smile paled and melted into tears, and she went back alone into the dark. So it was the time of evening. The garden hedge was filled with, hedge means fence. The garden fence was all flower, means filled with flower. Completely flowers were there. Then a fair maid, a fair lady, beautiful lady came out and said, I will hire you with a smile. A beautiful came to the man. She offered the man her smile in return of his work. Soon, however, her smile weakened. Her smile paled, weakened, and changed into tears. Melted into tears means changed into tears. Her smile became weak, and it converted into tears, and she went back alone into the dark. So she had to return alone with the into the darkness. Okay, she without taking her without getting his response, the girl, the lady, the fair lady, the fair beautiful lady turned away. So dear student, in the first stanza king was there, in second old man was there, rich person, in third a lady was there, but what happened in the last? Very interesting. The sun glistened on the sand, and the sea waves broke waywardly. A child sat playing with shells. He raised his head and seemed to know me, and said, I hire you with nothing. From henceforward, their bargain struck in child's play made me a free man. So listen, what happened at the evening time? The sun glistened on the sand. I told you what is the meaning of glisten? Shone. Yes, the evening sun shone lustrously on the sand. The sea waves were breaking on the shore willfully. Waves broke waywardly. Willfully, there was a child playing with his shells. Yeah, at the seashore, we can get the shells. Okay, so the child was playing with the shells. He lifted his head and looked at the man. He raised his hand and seemed to know me. Me here, the poet. So the boy raised his head and watched to the man, looked at the man. He seemed to understand him. The boy seemed to understand him. He offered to hire the man without payment. As the boy said, I hire you with nothing. So he offered to hire the man without payment. The man accepted the offer, and from then and henceforth, from then onwards, he played with the child. That bargain struck in child's play. So he got actually he made deal in child's play, made me a free man, and after that he become a free man. He remained a free man. So he accepted the job for nothing, because it was the child's play only, it was the child only which can give you smile, and with which you can feel a free man. So dear student, it was a very thoughtful poem, and here is the end of the poem. I hope you all have understood it clearly. So for next update, stay tuned. Thank you.